guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck. I'm trying to find different angles because really all you see is the back of the wall and then my office. Anyway, this is how it's going to be for right now. The cats are running around. There's Truman. Cooper's running over there. Anyway, they're trying to get zoomies, I think. Anyway, so the dishwasher just started, so sorry if you can hear that. I never think of that. I get my chores done and then I turn on the camera and then forget. Well, my phone. Anyway. So, this is October 6th, Sunday. I've already gone grocery shopping with my brother, and then I came back, and then I went and got coffee. So I got my Black Rock, and I'm just gonna chill out the rest of the day. As I said, the dishwasher is running now, so once that's done, I will start my laundry, and then my big chores are done. Now, I should do a few other things. I got new shoes quite a while ago, and I've been putting off changing over to the new ones because I have to break in the new inserts because I get orthotics from my doctor. So I think I'm going to set that up so I can start tomorrow. Not when I start my exercise program because I'll be using my old ones at least this week, and then hopefully I can switch to them next week. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so reading wise, I am almost done with Wild About You by Carolyn Sparks. I have about, I think I said about 40 minutes left of this, about 50 pages. So I'm going to do this first and get this done this morning. I did read, I've gotten a couple chapters in. So I'm interested to see where this goes because we're really close to the end and I'm not sure what the ending is going to happen, what's going to happen in the end, if things are going to go with some bad things that happened earlier or in the last book, and if they're going to come or that's going to be in another book. I don't know what's going to happen. So anyway, really enjoying this paranormal romance. It's my buddy read with Bernhard, Burnished Bookers Adventures. As I said, we did this in 5 days. So today is the 5th day, so we will finish that up. So I will finish that first. Last night, I started another Victober read, which is Oralee. By Elizabeth Barrett Browning. So this is a novel in verse that I think it was in the 1850s. Wait, where's my, she wrote it between 1853 and 1856. So, and then it was published in 56. So, so again, it's, it's in the 1850s anyway, so I've not read anything by her before, and I'm not a big poetry person, so it's really interesting because some parts of it, I get the story, like we're following Aurora Lee, who is the one telling us her life story, at least in the first, so I broke it up in the 9 books that are in the, or, I don't know, cantos, or I don't know what you call it, they're books, they say book 1, book 2, like I'm on book 2, so I'm going to try to do a book a day to get through this week. So there's 9. So I might, maybe one day I'll be able to do multiple, but right now I barely made it through the first one because it was just, because part of it again is her life story, and the poem makes sense like to that, and then she'll go off on tangents to, talk about Greek stuff and other stuff that I'm using. I'm definitely using the notes on this one because the allusions are not ones I get. Do you see the cats running around? Anyway, and yeah, so he went up there and the other one is in the box. Anyway, so this one is not one I expect to love or anything, but I'm interested enough to continue to see what story we get from this. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's not, I'm reading this for Katie at Books and Things. Her prompt of a novel, something written in a different forms, or I don't know. I don't remember how she said it. Something like that. Something to do with forms. And a novel in verse is a form. Anyway, so I am going to work on that this week. And my other physical book that I'm going to start today is The Beetle by Richard Marsh. So this is a book that I tried back in 2021. I had quite a few in 21 that I did not complete. This one came out in 1897. So I think it's the same year as Dracula, but this one outsold Dracula. And it's interesting that Dracula is the one that has you know, been the one that everybody remembers, but this one has kind of fallen to obscurity. So I've been wanting to read this. This has to do with a politician who somehow gets connected to a creature from ancient Egypt who is neither human or insect, and who is bent on revenge for crimes committed against the disciplines of a centuries-old cult, and wholly without mercy. And so I think people that he know, things happen to them as well as him. And I can't remember. I got as far, as I said, I got this far into it when I just stopped reading for whatever reason. It was one of my last Victober reads of that year, and I think by then I was just done. So this has been on my card of shame since 21, so I want to get this done. So this will be my other physical read. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and finish Wild About You, and then I will come back. I have not made any progress whatsoever on The Haunting of Ashburn House, and I think it's just I'm not ready for the spooky books yet. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let myself roll for my third time on Spookopoly, and see what the next book is, because because I'm reading 2 Victober books physically, I want an audiobook that's not Victober. It's for a Spookoplathon. So maybe because I have a lot of fantasy, and I don't know if I have any horror audiobooks, but I have a lot of fantasy stuff that I could read, maybe, you know, just to be different. I don't know. I have a lot of audiobooks though that I could listen to, either from the library or ones that I own. So I think I'm just going to put this aside for now. I will come back to this. It's not the book's fault. I'm not in the mood for this yet. So I'm going to hold off on that, but I'm going to do a roll, but I'm going to wait till after I finish this. I'll give you my update on this, and then, my conclusions on that. And then we will see. And then the rest of the day is going to be kind of just chilling out, and I'll watch probably a lot of BookTube. Hopefully I'll get my reading done of these. I do want to read at least 50 pages of this a day, so I'm finished on Saturday. So that is my goal. If I can read more, that's great. But that's what I'm going to do for this. And as I said, I'm going to do this book at a time. So I still have 8 days of this left. So, I mean, as I said, maybe next Saturday I'll read the last 2. I don't know. We'll see. They're all pretty much about the same size. So, I mean, this one I might go on into the next week or that Sunday. So I don't know. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to do it. There's 9 books and I've read 1. So anyway, that's it. I will check in with you guys later. Look at his little tail. Okay, it's only like, about an hour later. Anyway, I have finished Wild About You by Carolyn Sparks. I really enjoyed this one. This is probably one of my favorite ones with the couple. The ending was not as explosive as some of the other ones have been, but I did like the results of it, so that works out really well. This was just a fun one. I forgot that there was a step back. Anyway, I really like this one. Maybe it's because there's bear shifters. I don't know. Yes, baby. I don't know why I was so whiny. Anyway, so I have finished this. So this is done. My buddy reads done, and I really enjoyed it. I can't wait till we read the next one. The next one's a novella, and then we have a full book. So I need to talk to her about how we want to plan doing that. So we'll see how that goes. So we're getting closer to the end of that series. I think we only have 3 novels and that novella, and then we're done with Love at Stake. But anyway, we're gonna see how that goes. So what I'm gonna do is flip you around, and we're going to do Kitty Cooper. He's just whiny. Yes, I know, baby. Come here. Come here for a second. You can come up and let people see you. So I'm gonna turn this around, and we'll go off of my Spookopoly board on my iPad, and then we'll roll and hopefully come up with something that I have an audiobook for that I can listen to during the week after I finish the 2 Victober reads I have that are audiobook wise. The Princess and the Goblin and The Importance of Being Earnest. So I want to get those done probably tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to listen to those today. I think now I'm done with my audiobook for today, but we'll see how it goes. Because I'm going to try to read my Victober reads, and then we'll see. So anyway, let's switch you around. And Kitty, you're going to have to get off. Okay, so as I said, we started at Go. I did my present one, and then we got Community Shelf, which was a horror book, but we're just gonna have to do something else because that's not working for me right now. So right now we're gonna go back to getting a dice. Oops, and of course it's right on top. So here we go. We're gonna roll again. Yes, kitty. Did I hit it? No. Ooh, 3. Okay. So 3. So again, we're over here. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, a feed scroll. Oh. Wow. I don't know how to do that from here. Okay, let me, I might not be able to show that. My screen saving has never really worked, but I've tried it before. So, yeah, we'll see what I can do. Hold on. So that didn't go the way I planned it to. I mean, again, I do a lot of things. I did an Instagram for my feed scroll. Maybe I should have picked Goodreads, but I need to read the second half of The Way of Kings now by Brandon Sanderson. I mean, I want to get this done sooner rather than later, but I wasn't planning to pick this up until after I finished all of my reading for Last King of Ostenard, but I'm not going to pick up Into the Narrow Dark until next week physically. But audiobook wise, this next week would make sense to finish off a book I've already started. Wow, I did not expect that. I hope my screenshot that all worked. That was my first time trying to, or second time I've tried to do it. I think I did it like a year ago. I might have got it for Spookaplathon then. I don't remember. I had to go back and relearn how to do that, and I don't think I did it right. But hopefully you saw that it was Way of Kings that Rachel at a Shades of Orange had read or reread. I don't know. I didn't read the post, but well, this is going to be my audiobook this week after I finish the 2 Victober books that I have left, that I'm in the middle of, or Victober reads. So who saw that coming? That was not the plan. But the audiobooks are great. I listened to the first half and really enjoyed this. This is not a book that I don't want to read. It's just, it's sitting down to do it. They're just gigantic. And as I said, this is the second half. This is I have the split versions from the UK, which I really enjoy. I don't know, I just love these books. So I got, as I said, I finished the first one, and then this is the second one. And again, I didn't like what one of the characters did at the end of the first one. The aftermath of that, I'm just not looking forward to it. But this is my incentive to get this read. I wasn't going to make a priority of this until probably Thanksgiving, because that's when I was thinking I'd have time, and I just do it then. But yeah, this is going to be my Spookoplathon roll 3 with Feed Scroll. Wow, that did not go the way I planned. Anyway, so we're not going to worry about that because I'm not going to listen to that until Monday or Tuesday. Depends on when I get done with my Victober reads. So now I'm just going to try to read Aurora Lee and The Beetle and see what happens from there. Anyway, that was not what I expected at all. Yes, kitty, we're going to go back to the couch, okay? Hey guys, so it is about 9. I'm about to go to bed. I have to still take my laundry up, and I'm going to exercise tomorrow morning, so I have to get up early for me anyway to do that. So this was not as much of a reading day as I was hoping to be. I think it's because it's Victorian, Victober reads, so I read them slowly. I just I think I was still stunned about The Way of Kings. Anyway, I did read another section of Aurora Lee, and I'm not sure I'm going to make it through this whole book. This last chapter, again, the first chapter is her upbringing, and then the second one was kind of her talking about one of her cousins and their relationship and things that happened, and then kind of a starting off point of what I think the rest of the book and her not adventures, but what she's going to go on to do. I like it in some ways, and then I just detest that how to navigate through the verse and all the allusions, which is what, a lot of poetry has allusions to a lot of things from other classical readings that I haven't done. So a lot of them, some of them I know what their names are and I recognize them, but other ones I just don't. And again, I'm definitely reading the notes as it pops up, because I have no idea sometimes what they're talking about. Sometimes I go, oh yeah, okay, I've read that, or I know about that, but not all the allusions. It's just hard. Again, I'm not a poetry person. It's not something I enjoy, is to try to work out what someone's trying to tell me. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see. I said I've read now up to 74 pages, or 2 books in, so of the 9. So we will see. I will try again tomorrow. Maybe the next section I'll like better. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, I did start The Beetle by Richard Marsh. So this one, again, I've read before, but I didn't remember anything. Again, it was 3 years ago. I didn't remember much of any, except when I read it and I go, oh yeah, I kind of remember that. So it starts off with the first, it's split up into 3 different narratives. So we get 3 different POVs. First person, at least in the first one, we're following a man named Robert, who is down on his luck, and he makes the bad decision of, there's a house that the window's open, but it looks abandoned. So he decides to hide, go in there overnight because he's starving, and it's wet and rainy, and he wasn't allowed into the workhouse. They were full. So he goes in, and there's something there, and pretty much takes over his takes him over in a lot of ways, like scares him, and there's a lot of other stuff going on. And again, it's really a creepy kind of thing, but I mean, again, I said I've read that part before, so it was just rereading it to go, oh yeah, okay, I remember that. So anyway, I got 5 chapters in. I didn't get as far as I wanted to. I wanted to get to page 50, but I can't. I'm tired. I spent more time on Aurora Lee than I meant to. It took me a long time to read those 35 pages. So I only read 38 pages of this. So I will try to do better tomorrow on The Beetle, because I do want to get through the first narrative, which changes at page 61, and then it goes to the second narrative. So I do want to get to that tomorrow. Hopefully get past that, but we'll see what happens. I'm still going to try to shoot for the 50 pages, and plus what I didn't get done today. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. And then I did listen to a little bit of The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald while I was cooking lunch, and then when I cooked dinner. So I didn't get a whole lot. Well, I got another third done. I was at 36% and I got to 64%. So not quite 100 pages, probably more closer to 85 or so. So I only have an hour left of the audio. So I'm going to start with tomorrow. That'll be the audiobook I listen to on the way to work, and then probably when I'm at work until I finish it. So that, at least I'm hoping, as I said, I'll get that done tomorrow. And then I will try to finish The Importance of Being Earnest, because I think I'm halfway through that play. So I just need to finish the play. I'm not enjoying it. Not because there's funny parts. Like, they are funny. Like, I get the line, like, it is funny. And again, I'm listening to a dramatization, it's like it's just hearing the play, kind of have it on audio. And that part's fine. It's just the whole lying thing. I have such problems with that sometimes on certain, like, there's, for me, especially stupid reasons, like why the guys are lying, and, for their reasons. Anyway, I want to see what happens, because it's going to blow up right where I stopped. So I just want to do that. And then if I do get that done too at work, we will see. I mean, I said I'm going to take the Beetle to read physically on my lunch break, hopefully. We'll see what happens. It matters how I feel. But if I don't, I'll have my audiobooks that I'll get through. As I said, I want to get through those 2 Victorian reads that are audiobooks. And then I will start The Way of Kings Part 2, or the second half of The Way of Kings. So we'll see how this goes. I'm not sure. It was not in my plans at all. So anyway, that is the end of Sunday. I just feel like I should have done a whole lot more today, but really I just let myself, I did my chores and I cooked. To me, those are big things, and grocery shopped. So I did I had things I did. I just didn't get as much stuff done as I could have around the house. And then I didn't, I just didn't read as much as I was hoping. I did watch a lot of BookTube, but I also feel like I did take a nap in the afternoon, though. I will say that. I think I put on the wrong AMSR room, and it put me out because I was trying to read the Beetle, and out I went. Anyway, I don't think it was the Beetle's fault. I think it was the AMSR room. It was just late afternoon, and I was warm, and I fell asleep with both the cats were with me. So anyway, so that's it for Sunday. This vlog will at least go another day, because I'm going to finish hopefully 2 things tomorrow, and then I might wrap it there. We'll see. We'll see how long, because this video is getting long already because I'm such a talker. But anyway, I will check in with you tomorrow, probably when I get home from work. Okay, guys, it is now Monday the 7th. It's about 5 o'clock, almost there. I just got home a little bit ago, so haven't been home long. Cooper is whining and walking back and forth, so you will hear little kitty cries. Sorry. I think that was already like that in this video. But oh well. So, okay, I'm going to wrap the video up with today's, because I finished 3 things today. And I just need to wrap this up, because this is going to be, well, it'll be long enough. The video will be long enough, and so I will restart, because I don't think I'm going to finish anything for several days after that. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, I finished The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald earlier on my workday morning. I did exercise, but I listened to music. I just didn't feel like doing, I still haven't switched to listening to audiobooks while I exercise. Music is the only thing keeping me motivated, but I did do it. So I've restarted week 5, which is the week I was on when I got vertigo. So yeah, so anyway, I did do that. And, it was early. It was early in the morning. Ew. Anyway, so The Princess and the Goblin is considered a children's classic. I think it can be either middle grade or children's, like that kind of, it's kind of in that realm. I would say middle grade would be fine with reading it. I don't know about younger personally, but I don't know enough about this. Anyway, this was written, in the 1890s, I think. I can't remember now. Anyway, so I read this for Victober. This is not for any prompt that I know of. I just picked it because I heard Kate Howe talk about it. Again, I'll have all the Victober, and as Becca from Spookoplathon, I'll have everything linked down below. But Kate Howe talked about this. I don't remember when she read it before, but I know she mentioned it probably in her video or something. And I was like, oh, I want to read George MacDonald, but I only had Lilith on that I found at a used bookstore earlier this year. No, a library book sale. And so I was like, well, I don't really feel like that, but maybe I'll read his children's books first. So they found an audiobook, which I should find. Where is I wrote down the audiobook narrator. I am scattered after work, aren't I? So Ian McComb did it, but it's like an old recording, and it was kind of airy, and it didn't feel like the ones that have been converted from CD or from cassettes or CDs. Like, it just sound old. Anyway, so I think it was done a long time ago, but it was fine. I got through it. So we're following Irene, who is a princess for this country, and she lives in this kind of farmhouse castle kind of thing. Her dad is the king who's going off and doing all this other stuff, and he leaves her there for her protection. The goblins, for some reason, are after her. We get some of that, but we don't know for sure at the beginning, like, what? And then, so she's not supposed to be outside during dark. And we also meet Cuddy, I think is how he says his name. Cuddy, something. Curdy, I think it's Curdy. And he is a miner. He and his family, or his dad, work in the mine in the mountain that's next to where Irene is. And they kind of get caught up when they find one evening they meet, and with her nurse, and it's just, there's things with goblins and stuff. It was just sweet. Like, it was cute. Like, I was kind of surprised at some of the brutalness in here, except it was kind of glossed over. Like, it was just stated. But yeah, things happened in here. I was kind of surprised at how the ending went. Like, I was really surprised about how things went. And there's still a lot of mysteries in this. So there is a second book, which I'm on hold for at my library on Libby. But I'm like 2 weeks out from whoever has it first. So I'm the next on the list. So we'll see when I get that. But I can't say I loved it or liked it. It was interesting. Like, I'm glad I finally read something by McDonald, and I will try the Lilith book at some point. But it was not what I expected, I guess. But I guess, again, it's a children's book from a different era. So very interesting. It was, I don't think I explained that very well, and I don't know how to explain it, because I listened to it and I'm still like, there were so many holes in that story, but it was still fun. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was just fun. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Because again, I'm not going to rate it high or anything. It was fine. And then I finished The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. Again, I did, the library had like a theater adaptation that was like, so a dramatization of it. So I'd gotten through most of it. It was pretty much like the third act I hadn't finished. Kitty, could you give me a minute? Anyway, so this was really funny, and I see why everybody likes it, and Oscar Wilde has a really good humor in here. All the lines it was amazing that the lines that came out, and I was like, it sounds, even though it's talking about courtship in this time, it sounded so real. I mean, it was really funny, like certain things, but like sometimes they'd say something like, oh my gosh, you could say that in a film now and, it'd be fine. So, I can see why it's, been adapted a lot, over the years. Anyway, so I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. I still don't like the whole meaning behind The Importance of Being Earnest. I liked how the end went. I did not expect it. I was actually, I just laughed at how everything kind of came about in the end. Like, it was kind of farcical in a lot of ways. I think it's supposed to be, but it was hilarious, that part. I still don't like the premise of, the two guys who are lying about who they are, but I still think it's pretty funny. Anyway, so I did enjoy that. So maybe in the future I will pick up another one of Oscar Wilde's plays. I've not read any of the other ones in this book, because it has An Ideal Husband, A Woman of No Importance, and Lady Windermere's Fan, and Salome. I'm not sure. I think those are all plays. But I haven't, as I said, I've only read the one play. That was the last one. So anyway, I got that done. That was for Roz's prompt of to read, watch, or listen to play. And so now I have done that. So, we'll see. I might do another one. I don't know, because I don't do a lot of plays and drama and stuff, but I'm glad I did that. Oh, you can just see, like, this. I have this huge pimple on my forehead, and my bangs just want to show it off. Whatever, I don't care anymore. Anyway, sorry. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, and then I had one of my library books I got a couple of days ago, and I decided to keep it because it was fairly short, and I thought, well, I could finish these two, and then I could continue on. Kitty, could you stop getting through my stuff? Oh my gosh, he found like a string. Whatever. Anyway, or a strap of something. It's not like he's going to eat it. It's a strap. Still annoying. But I got it from the library, and that is The Joy of Connections, 100 Ways to Beat Loneliness and Live a Happier and More Meaningful Life by Dr. Ruth K. Westheimer with Allison Gilbert and Pierre Lehoux. And so this was a book that, again, I don't even know where I saw it. I saw it online somewhere, and I thought, oh, well, that's kind of interesting. I'm not saying I'm lonely or that I felt like this was something I had to read. It was just kind of interesting because in some ways I sometimes feel a little self-isolated, since COVID, because a lot of my friends, would you knock it off? Cooper's killing me. I don't feel like, again, there's a lot of things that I lost during that time period because a lot of groups that I was a part of, we all broke up and went our own ways. And I haven't really reestablished a lot of those groups that I used to do for writing and it was mostly writing, but I miss those groups. Anyway, so I thought, oh, I'll just listen to it. It was only a couple hours on audio. I think it was a 4-hour audiobook. So when I listened to it, it was only a couple, like 2 hours for me. And because I do it at 2 times speed. And the narrator for that was Tova Thelsha or something like that. So Dr. Ruth has passed away this last July. So I did not remember that when I got this, but, she lived quite an extensive life. So I thought it was really interesting how she brought in things about her life in this, just little tidbits of, her loneliness and her things of trying to build connections to other people. And she has it split up into things to do for yourself or things to do with family members or to do with friends and lovers and work and technology. And it was kind of interesting how that was all split up. I don't think this was perfect. I don't think it's for everybody. I think it was just an interesting kind of just touched on a lot of ideas that I knew from just being alive and having friends and doing things. And again, I didn't want to go rush out and do all the things she did or her way. Some of hers, I'm like, I would not do that. But, I think it was still an interesting concept. I'm glad I listened to the audiobook and it was a really quick listen. So it wasn't great, but I'm still glad I listened to it. And that was my 300th book or thing that I've read this year. So, wow. Anyway, that wasn't the plan, but that's fine. That's what I did. So I cleared my Libby, and then of course, everything popped up that I could get again from Libby, and I did it. Anyway, so we have books. I need to try to get into my TBR here. But the only other thing I've done is I started The Way of Kings Part 2. So again, this is the second part of The Way of Kings. So I got 86 pages in. So I've started it. I still have 9 hours of the audio at the speed I'm listening to. This one is narrated by Kate Reading. Is it Kate Reading? Reading, I'm thinking. And Michael Kramer. So I know I've listened to them before for, I think, Wheel of Time. Because again, I did get not halfway. I got a third of the way through that series before I gave up on it. That was way before. I'm talking way back. Anyway, so The Way of Kings, again, is the first book in the Stormlight Archive. As I said, this was my stunning pick from Spookopoly. But I did start it. And again, I want to read all the parts except the parts with the one character that I'm still mad about what she did. I'm still mad. Anyway, but I'm just reading through to see what happened, or I'm getting interested in the story again. I really like the Kaladin chapters. Those are my favorites. Not so much the past ones, but his, current ones. And so we'll see how this goes. Reading this, I was listening to the audio and I was thinking about that I think on reread, this will be so much better. But the first read, because I don't know what's coming and I don't know what is important, I know I'm missing things. And I know that I'm getting frustrated by things. I'm like, why is this here? And I feel like later it'll be better on reread, that I'll get more of it. But Not this time, clearly. But I am determined to get through this week. As I said, I have approximately 9 hours left, or 440 pages. Anyway, yeah, 440 pages. So I could get that done this week. Anyway, so that's going to be my audiobook until it's done. I'm still surprised I'm picking this up, but I am. Anyway, so, and I'm enjoying it. Like, as I said, I was surprised at how much today, even though I'd listened to it was so quiet today at work. I mean, I did a lot of stuff, but I also was like, it's so quiet. There's nobody here. But I really enjoyed that. So anyway, so we're going to close the vlog here. I am in the middle of 3 books. So we'll see what I actually read. I'm only 40 pages into The Beetle by Richard Marsh, so I'm going to be working on that for Victober, as well as Aurora Lee. I'm going to at least read one more book. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight or tomorrow. We'll see how I feel tonight. I'm going to focus on The Beetle because I'm behind on I want to read 50 pages a day, and I only got to 40 yesterday. So I'm going to try to read as much as I can tonight. I want to get at least over 100 pages, over the 100 page mark. So like 60 pages tonight. But I will try to read some of this if I can. I'm just not sure that I'm going to make it through this book. I feel like a DNF is coming. And I think it's just because I feel kind of dumb reading this. So we'll see how that goes. And then The Haunting of Ashburn House is still here because I have started it. And today, which will be, you guys won't see this until the next day, darn it. But the Haunting of Ashburn House was the daily deal for Audible today. So I bought this for $2.99 on audio. So maybe that'll help me get through it. I have liked several Darcy Coates on audio. I've read and listened to different ones. So I bought the audio because I thought maybe that would help me get through, but we'll see. Right now as I said, I just got 3 more books that came in from Libby, even though I just got 3 off. And then I also need to finish The Way of Kings. So, I think that's it. I have talked a lot. This video is long enough now for sure. So anyway, I'm going to let myself have the evening of the 7th, and I'm just gonna watch some booktube and read The Beetle. The Beetle is my main objective tonight, and then tomorrow I will try to get through a good chunk of The Way of Kings. Again, I would love to get Way of Kings done by the end of the week. If I can do it quicker than that, that's great, but my goal is Friday. If I can do it by Thursday, that would be awesome, but I'm not going to assume that that's going to happen. It's pretty, it's still dense, so we'll see for me, because it's epic fantasy, but we'll see what happens, and we'll see what I listen to next, either one of my library books, or I might pick up Ashburn House. We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do. Let's just talk about that and on another video. So anyway, how are your guys' October going? How's your Victober reads going? As I said, I got 2 more done. One not really for a prompt, but I got one of them done for a prompt. And then I just finished a nonfiction that was kind of out of the blue that just came in that I didn't expect to read this month. But I read it or listened to it. So, well, anyway, I'm going to go because Cooper is driving me crazy. And let me know if you're reading anything good right now. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.